ナンシーさんはどこの病院にお勤めなんでしょうか？
Anna Jake's Hospital、
Okay.
in Newburyport.
Okay. それでそこの病院でですね、いつ頃から施術を始められましたか？それからまたどういう経緯で始めたのかを教えていただけますでしょうか
Oh, I started working at that hospital a long time ago. 1980, 33 and a half years.
Okay, wow.
And about 8 years ago is when I started doing the Reiki for the cardiac rehab patients. And how that all came about was they were doing a health clinic. Somebody that came in to have their blood pressure checked had a very high blood pressure. And so they were quite concerned and they didn't want to send her home like that. So I said to them, we'll have her come over and sit in the chair and I'll do a little bit of Reiki for her and see if that helps. And they weren't familiar with Reiki either. And so they were very surprised because this person's blood pressure came down to a more normal level.
Okay.
And so they were able to let her go home and follow up with her doctor. And that sparked the interest of the cardiac rehab group as to how it was effective. So what we did was initially I first started just going and talking to them about it, checking their blood pressure before and after. And again, they were seeing such a change. And so that's how we started the whole process. And so they introduced it to their patients as one of the modalities to relaxation. And so they got a half-hour session, and they'd sign up for it and come in, and most of the time they wouldn't know what they were doing because they had never experienced it before. And then after they had the session, then they, were so thrilled with it, they couldn't believe how relaxed they felt and how good they felt. So they would say, can I come again next month?
一月に何人ぐらいの方に施術をなさってるんでしょうか？
Well, it was half-hour sessions, so more of the times than not, I do probably at least 8 or 10.
ナンシーさんが感じられているその霊気の施術をした効果っていうのはどんなものがありますでしょうか？
Most all of them have said that they feel much more relaxed, that they sleep better, have less pain, and just in general just feel better all over.
病気のせいでですね、何かちょっと拒絶反応みたいなのが見られたことはありますか？
Never. I always explain to them Reiki can do no harm, and that some have concerned if they have a pacemaker for their heart and things, and I explain to them that it does not harm anything and only makes you feel better. I had a woman going in for a biopsy for breast cancer, and so she had arranged to have me come and do the Reiki in the pre-op area before she went in. And so she had the session there and had fallen asleep, which is very common because she was so relaxed. She got into the operating room and she was sleeping and she had not had any anesthesia. And the anesthesiologist said, "What is this? I didn't order any medicine yet." And they said, "Oh, she had Reiki." Well, he didn't know what Reiki was at the time. And so she slept right through. She never knew she went into the operating room and woke up when she came out into the recovery room and was amazed that, because she wasn't nervous, she went in, she was calm, she came out and everything was all done. And that impressed a lot of them in those units when they saw this, how relaxed she had become.
What do you like about Reiki?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. For as long as I've been doing it, practicing it, I find each time it can be totally a different experience, but it's always a very positive one. People say, like when I'm doing, for instance, 8 or 10 of them in the course of the day, they say, "Oh, aren't you tired?" And I explain to them, no, because I'm receiving energy as well as they are, and that when I leave, I feel just as energized and good as they do. It's starting to become more so. A lot of the surrounding hospitals in my area offer it to patients before their surgery and after their surgery. They also offer it to the cancer patients that are receiving chemo and radiation. And again, they receive some of them just a little mini session, maybe a 15 minutes or so, but they have found that that's been even very helpful, reducing some of the side effects from the treatments. They're becoming more aware. There's still a lot that aren't familiar with it. We had a hospital employee appreciation day, and I did it for the CEO of the hospital, and he was just so amazed after his session that's when he came and he asked me if I could do it for the employees, and they didn't have to pay. He paid me. And so it was sort of like one of their benefits. And some of the doctors came and tried it because they weren't familiar with it and had sessions as well as the staff did. So I feel like more and more are starting to get more aware of Reiki. Oh, just that, everybody and anybody that has the opportunity to try it should be encouraged to do so because, again, they don't know what it is, they don't know how it affects them and how they feel, and they need to try it to experience it, to judge for themselves.
どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you.
Thank you.